Hello, welcome to Faith on Film. We have a very exciting show for you today. Now, if you like God, guns, and girls, then you're gonna like this show. Hey, don't look at me that way, I didn't say that, but guest today said that about her new series, Daily Bread. Stay tuned and find out why she made such a strange, interesting, and obviously impactful statement, all here today on Faith on Film. Now, Nina May is the founder and chairman of the Renaissance Women, which is an educational nonprofit foundation with international and production training programs and opportunities for internships on media projects. She's also the creator, writer, and director of the new TV series Daily Bread, which airs on UpliftTV and Parables TV, and is currently in post-production of a romantic comedy, First Lady, which she wrote and directed. When not making movies, she loves working on her Bobcat. We'll have to find out what that means. Creating and building and reminding women that they should see themselves as leaders, not followers, winners, not whiners, and victors, not victims. She is truly a Renaissance woman. Nina, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's an honor for me to have you. I've known you for a while, and I know the work you do. But when I thought about doing this show, I right away figured I need to have Nina on to tell us all about herself. Now, the reason for this show, obviously, is to try to just create awareness of who and what is going on in the faith film industry. So what I want to do is take these next 4 minutes and just give you the floor and let you tell us who Nina is.
Oh, okay. Well, I love production of all kinds, and the Bobcat is building. I love to build, I love to create, and make whatever it is, whether it's on film, whether it's painting, whether it's, I like to say, building something, writing something. So I started in publishing, then moved from publishing to radio, then radio to TV, TV to documentaries, then movies, and now back to TV. So it's been sort of a journey of expression, I guess. And I always like to think that movies are sort of like a three-dimensional story, and I love to write and I love to, create that way. So in making movies, I was utilizing all the different aspects, I guess, or gifts that the Lord has given me and putting them together. And it's been a lot of fun. We're having a great time with it.
Yeah, you know what? I would like to think that when Jesus was here and he was telling stories, had he had a camera, he actually would potentially have been making movies. Now, have you always been have you always been in the area of faith-based, or was some of the content you used to do before not necessarily faith-related?
Yeah, I would say when it would lend itself to it. For example, in the publishing, I had a publishing company up on Capitol Hill, and all my clients were congressmen, and so everything was political. There was, hardly any faith-based anything in politics at that time. Now, of course, it's all together, it's all merged beautifully, I think. But, and even my political commentary that I did on radio, I'd say half of it was faith and the other half was political. And that's when I started bringing the faith aspect into whatever I was creating or producing.
Well, yeah, I think a big mistake sometimes has been that the faith community has decided to stay away from politics. But the problem with that is that then if we leave a void, somebody else kind of comes in and fills it. And we've kind of been faced with that now, and we're seeing some very bad decisions being made from a political sense. And it's good for us to be involved.
No, absolutely. Yeah, as Christians, we've been told that we're basically banned from the marketplace of ideas when it comes to political expression, and that's exactly wrong. I mean, we live in a free country. This country was designed with the First Amendment in mind, that you have the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, the freedom of expression, the freedom of press. That's the way our founders founded it, and guess what? All of our founders were Christians. So in spite of what past presidents have said, we are a Christian nation. We're based on Judeo-Christian values, and it can't help but, as a Christian, what we believe cannot help but impact what we do, whether it's in politics, whether it's in law or science or whatever. Who you are as a believer determines how you're going to act in each one of these roles.
Yeah, and one other area that I think we've kind of left a big void has been in the area of entertainment. Uh,
Hmm.
Obviously, movies, television, music, art.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
and that's another area that I feel like we're losing ground right now because we see the changes that have been made in our culture, and most of them actually come from what we see and what we hear in terms of
Hmm.
entertainment.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I know that we're probably about the same generation. We were raised with movies that had wonderful messages, wonderful
Right.
moral values. You could sit with the entire family and watch it, leave learning something, leave feeling that you had a wonderful experience that made you a better person. Now it seems that Hollywood does everything it can everything Hollywood can to destroy the soul, to tear it down, to go to the lowest common denominator of
Right.
who we are as humans. And you leave a movie feeling dirty. You feel like you've been violated. And you think to yourself, I really paid money for that? Seriously? So I think that there's a need for some really good faith-based, family-friendly, and not so much faith-based in the sense that it's on the nose and it's always
Right.
hitting
No.
people over the head with the Bible, but just moral messages
Correct.
and values messages and showing people being kind to one another and supporting one another and being servants the way Christ was servant.
Right.
And we need more of that, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk to you a little bit about a series that you produced that I think hits it right on the nose with that. So don't go away. We're going to be here for some more with Nina May.
Sunflowers. To pollinate and reproduce, they turn and face the sun. Nature's way of reminding us that for ultimate growth, we must seek the light. Parables. The leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
I'm Jonah. I'm from Fort Worth.
I'm Noah Long from Colorado.
Hi, I'm Rayma. I'm from Oklahoma.
From TFI, I expected to be in a classroom and to be on set, but what I got was so much more.
I expected a lot of classroom situations, but what I got was a lot more hands-on, and it was more tailored to your interest in the filmmaking world.
A lot of great teaching and information that I could apply to what I love and what I do.
I came to TFI for my mom. She is really passionate about learning film and directing, and so I came as a favor to her, and I'm really glad that I did.
Get over here to TFI.
I wonder how long a dolphin lives. I wonder if they can make cookies in space. I wonder when people started brushing their teeth. I wonder if people and dinosaurs ever lived together.
Want to find out?
I wonder how much a cloud weighs.
Welcome back. We're here today with Nina May, a Renaissance woman, but of course also a producer of some great faith-based content. Nina, I mentioned something really in the teaser that I'm sure kind of got people going, what is he saying when I said if you like God, guns, and girls, you're going to love this show. Can you tell me a little bit about why you made that statement?
Well, it's post-apocalyptic. A solar flare knocks out electricity around the world, and it strands 7 millennial women on a farm, and they're the cast and crew of a cooking show. So they're basically clueless. And then they realize that they need to not just survive, they need to start working with the community and thriving. And of course, when things do devolve in a situation like this, the bad people become worse and
Sure.
good people hopefully become better. And so the guns are an element in their survival, and they need it because the baddies have it, so they need it. So, and they're protecting and defending people. But what gave me the idea of the series in the beginning was, again, it's 7 millennial women, and everywhere I look, I see the young millennials on their devices, just glued to them. It was as though, they had it attached to their skin or something like that. If you took it away from them, they would panic.
Yeah.
So I said, wouldn't it be fun to create a series where you unplug everyone, not just the millennials, but everyone in the entire world is unplugged? And it's a solar flare that does it. I didn't want a pandemic. I didn't want nuclear weapon. I didn't want, war, politics, or zombies. No zombies in this. I really wanted it to be just God flicking a switch and saying, okay, do I have your attention now? And the faith-based element of it is when they're the cast crew of the cooking show, you don't hear God mentioned really at all, maybe a tiny bit. But once this happens, they realize that they could die at any moment. They have to learn how to work together. They have to learn how to survive. God becomes a very important element, which I think it would in a situation like that. People go, I've got nothing. I'm hopeless. I'm homeless. I don't have food. I don't know where I'm going to go. And they remember this 3-letter word, God. I remember someone telling me about God at one time, and then suddenly that opens the door to all of the faith elements of the series.
So it's God, guns, girls, and food, which is one of my favorite subjects.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's take a look at a trailer, a clip from the movie, just so that people can get a little idea of what we're talking about here, and then we'll come back and talk some more. Roll it.
Guys, it looks like a fire drill. You know the drill.
My phone's dead. I thought he charged it.
My laptop's dead too.
You need to know things are gonna get ugly pretty quickly.
Hey, y'all, just keep going! Just keep going! There's nothing here!
Who is going to protect us?
If we lose our humanity, food is irrelevant.
Wow, that really looks interesting. Definitely not what I like to call my grandma's Christian movie or Christian program. But it's perfect for the, like I said, for the millennials. Now, I know I'm actually one, and I'm not a millennial, but I'm one that my phone is like literally just constantly, in my hand, and I'm watching it and looking at emails and all sorts of things. So I understand what you're saying. And I also have a grandson who, I kid you not, just knows how to work his way around that. And he's only like 5, I think, but he works his way around it. So now, what then do you really kind of hope to accomplish with the series?
Well, one is to make people realize that they need God at all times. They shouldn't wait for a disaster to hit and strike, because the disaster they're looking down the barrel of every single day is eternity and where they can spend eternity. So this gives you sort of a pause to think about that. And also, too, I do think that society has become so dependent on these devices that if something were to happen, some tragedy like a solar flare, I think that they would be at a loss as to what to do. I mean, how would you survive? And it's not so much prepping, although we do have a prepper camp in there, and we do have them doing all their little preppery things and stuff like that. But the irony is, they're prepared physically. They got enough food, they got enough clothes and everything like that. They've even got solar-powered batteries, so they're doing pretty well. But they're not prepared emotionally. The girls, on the other hand, they're clueless. They have no idea what to do, and so they have to learn from scratch what to do. But they have the understanding that we have to help humanity. We have to help those around us that are starving, that have lost everything, that have no clue on how to survive. So you see this distinction in sort of the evolution of the girls, while the devolution of the preppers who were supposed to have been ready for this. Then, of course, you see stragglers and the batty biker dudes, and it's a lot of elements of society, sort of a microcosm of society as it exists today. And again, we just unplugged everything. Now, the interesting thing is, it's a solar flare. The day we released, 2 X-class solar flares hit the upper atmosphere of the globe, knocked out satellites, knocked out communications. Back in 2012, we came a whisker from getting the Carrington event happening to us, which was back in 1859, and it burned the telegraph wires, it set paper on fire, it electrocuted or electrified the barbed wire fences. This is way before we had electricity. So it could happen, and we want people to realize that maybe not only that could happen, but you see storms and earthquakes and hurricanes and stuff, and people kind of go into it thinking, oh, I'll be fine, I'll be good. but then you see the disaster around them, and people just have to learn how to be ready for anything.
Wow. So you've really tackled a very serious subject, but
Yeah.
I have to let people know that you also have a rather comedic side. And when we come back on the next segment, we're going to talk about a movie that you're in post-production now that is definitely different than Daily Bread, as it is a romantic comedy. So who knew you also were a bit of a comedian? So hey, listen, folks, don't go away. We've got more coming up with Nina May.
Have you ever considered being an actor or director of a major feature film? Sounds crazy, right? But what if God is calling you to do just that? To use your gift in a non-traditional way, like redemptive filmmaking. Let this be your pulpit. So what are you waiting for? Call now. This could be the spark that ignites your ministry.
Christian filmmaking. Our operators are standing by right now. 469-655-3222. Remember to visit our website at www.transformfilm.com.
And you learn filmmaking on 2 backlots, a first century backlot and a small town backlot under the watchful eyes of Christian professional filmmakers and university film school professors like Dr. Mark Kuchin. So what are you waiting for?
469-655-3222. Transformation Film Institute, a place where passion meets purpose.
Welcome back. We're here with Nina May today, who is now going to let us know about a new movie that she's working on. It's in post-production right now, and it's very different than, of course, the other series that she did, which was a post-apocalyptic, much more serious subject. Nina, what is going on here? Why did you decide to do a comedy-type movie?
Well, I'd been spending 2 years with camo, so I said I'm going to go from camo to glammo. And it's also got a lot of strong women characters, as Daily Bread did. But I wanted to do something fun and light and something the whole family could see. I love romantic comedies. I just think they're so much fun. But unfortunately, Hollywood always goes over the top, and they make them R-rated, and you can't sit there and watch them with your children or your parents or anything. It's just too embarrassing. So I wanted to do something sort of the genre of how we were raised with romantic comedies, with strong female and male leads, and you know, no sexual innuendo, but just the fabulous chemistry that they have, and you take this journey with them. So First Lady we call a modern fairy tale, and it stars Nancy Stafford, Corbin Burnson, Stacey Dash, Burgess Jenkins, Tanya Christian. So it's got some really fabulous actors in it. And again, it's a comedy. It's about a woman who is the First Lady. Her husband dies in office, and the only way that the vice president is going to, who's now the president, is going to win re-election is for her to run with him as First Lady. And of course, that's never been done before, but why not? You know, so as the girls say, everything is changing, why not this? And so it becomes a really fun roller coaster ride. Right. And it sparks the interest of an old love of hers when they were teenagers. That's Max, who is Corbin Burnson, who is a king of a country, and he comes back in disguised. It's just a lot of fun. It's kind of Shakespearean, and everyone's pretending to be something they're not, and you know, moving past each other and speaking past each other, and it's just a lot of fun. We had a blast filming it too.
Well, let's take a look at the trailer right now, and so we can get an idea of what we're talking about here. Roll it.
Mallory, I was delighted to hear Harold's thrown his hat in the ring for president.
Face it, Kate. It's a new day in America.
Yes, Mallory, it's always a new day in America. Every 24 hours.
She would have been a disaster.
I am sitting right here.
Here's to 40 years of us.
And to many more.
Okay. I think it is safe to say that none of us saw that coming.
You run for office with Taylor as if it were a completely different job.
Mallory, just one question,
Mrs.
please.
Carrington, what do you think about
Taylor
Catherine Morales running for First Lady with Taylor Brooks?
She's an ex-first lady. That's all. She doesn't get a do-over just because her husband died.
Thank you, Mallory Carrington. You just saved our jobs.
She did it. Look, it looks like you have a second chance. You should take it. We all know these interns are a royal pain.
Well, speaking of royal pain, she chose a princess.
What do they say in America? Straight trip.
I believe that is road trip, Majesty. But of course.
It'd be a good start if you stop bowing.
Oh, I am so sorry. You look lost.
What did I just tell you?
In fact, that will be perfect. I shall prepare you a splendid cup of coffee from my country. Yes, she is regal.
All together leads to liberty, nor passion learning leads to liberty.
Hey, stop! Kate! Stop! However, I must tell you the whole truth of how we met.
Wow. I gotta admit, when you first told me about the movie that you were going to be shooting and you said The First Lady and it takes place in the White House, I thought it was going to be like a suspense or one of these movies
Drama.
where it's all about the just what's happening in the White House. But to see this actually makes it very exciting. It looks like a really fun movie. How can people get a hold of you so that they can make sure and learn more about it and know when it's coming out, know how to be able to watch it?
We are RenaissanceWomenProductions.com has all of our movies, everything we've done, all the documentaries, the TV series, the First Lady clips. We are in post-production on it now, so it has not been released, but hopefully it's going to be released this year, 2019. But that's where RenaissanceWomenProductions.com is where they can learn about all of our projects, get involved if they want. We're all about finding undiscovered talent also, people that the Lord has put on their hearts to be in the entertainment industry, but they don't want to go out to Hollywood and sell their souls like they've been told they have to. And we make a safe place, a safe environment. It's very warm and welcoming, and then it launches careers, and that's what we're about, is launching careers in this industry to glorify God.
So if somebody's interested in actually being a part of one of your movies, then they can reach out to you through your website and perhaps become the next big star then.
No, absolutely. We have people contact us all the time, and we put them on a list so that as soon as we pull the trigger on another event, we immediately call all those people first.
All right. Well, I think maybe I shall submit my demo reel to you. No, I'm just...
See, there you go.
Well, listen, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today and to share a little bit about what you're doing. We certainly look forward to when this movie releases, and I can tell you I will promote it as much as I can. So,
sweet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back, folks.
Cell reproduction, more than duplication. It's careful selection and organization, ensuring the perfect balance for development and growth. Powerful, so is our programming. Parables, the leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
wonder how long a dolphin lives. I wonder if they can make cookies in space. I wonder when people started brushing our teeth. I wonder if people and dinosaurs ever lived together.
Want to find out?
I wonder how much a cloud weighs.
Welcome back. I want to say a big thank you once again to my friend Nina May for taking the time to spend with us and share with us all that she's doing in the faith-based entertainment industry. Don't forget to go check out her webpage and learn all about what she's doing and when the movie's coming out. Also want to invite you to check out Parables TV, a place where you can watch all kinds of great movies, documentaries, reality shows, children's shows, all kinds of programming that is great for your family. To do so, just go to parables.tv, okay? Just go to parables.tv. And of course, check out our own website, faithonfilmtv.com, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at faithonfilmtv. Until next week, remember, feed your soul healthy entertainment so you will have a healthy soul. See you next week. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Faith on Film. I pray each episode stirs up a desire in you to support good faith-based entertainment. All who are involved in faith-based entertainment are doing so with a strong desire to provide you with content that both inspires and helps you maintain a good, healthy soul. As you know, just like we feed our bodies healthy food in order to maintain good health, we must at the same time feed our souls healthy entertainment to keep it strong. The purpose of this show is to raise awareness about those filmmakers who are creating this great healthy content and to help you get to know them better. So write me and let me know how we are doing. Simply send me an email at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. To stay up to date on new and exciting events, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Faith on Film TV. Also, let your friends know about this show and invite them to like the Facebook page so they too can keep up to date on what is going on with Faith on Film. Thank you and God bless.